Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Mayhem, the hardcore wrestling fans' one-stop shop for action. Tonight we have TJ Perkins, a former Cruiserweight champion, taking on Big Van Vader. We also have the American Dragon, Daniel Bryan, taking on Curtis Axel. And in our main event, we have the Monday Night Mayhem World Champion Cesaro facing off against the Demon Finn Balor. Now the main event will be an Extreme Rules match, but TJ Perkins might be pretty glad this match is not one, because Vader in and of himself is pretty damn extreme. Here we have Vader quickly approaching the ring. He has been in the gym, he's been getting leaner, been getting faster, and that has only led Vader to make some claims about his time here in Monday Night Mayhem, which has startled many competitors. Vader is saying he will dominate all comers, that no matter what happens, he will be ready for his opponents. He will be ready, he'll be watching his back, and no matter who comes out down the ramp after him, he says he will not only win, he says he will dominate. Vader certainly looking focused here tonight, if not aggressive. But TJ Perkins, his opponent, does not have any shortage of wrestling ability, no shortage of wrestling accolades either. We'll have to see how TJ Perkins fares tonight against Big Van Vader, a former WCW World Champion. And here's TJ Perkins approaching the ring. As I said, he is certainly confident yet, despite the fact that he is facing a man who's nearly 4 times his size. Maybe not quite 4 since Vader's recent weight loss, but Vader's certainly the bigger man in this contest. That said, TJ Perkins has one heck of a resume behind him. He spent much time in total non-stop action wrestling against the masked wrestler known as Manic, but recently he was a 205 Live participant, a Cruiserweight Classic participant, and quite honestly, one of the most promising members of WWE's Cruiserweight division, holding the title, I believe, for several months. Now, as this match progresses and as the show progresses tonight, I'll certainly offer you some background on Monday Night Mayhem and how we came to be. But let's turn our attention to the ring. Perkins charges in. We knew that might have been a mistake, but Vader with a finesse movement, power bombing TJ Perkins right off the bat. What's Vader planning now? Pulling him to the middle of the ring, and Vader with a military press slam into the corner. Vader backing up his claims so far, but he is stopping to taunt his opponent and taunt the crowd. It doesn't seem like they're very receptive to him here tonight. And Perkins with that boot out of the corner, waist lock, Vader not having it. I don't even know if he had some grip there. Vader's a large man. Perkins might have dropped him. But Vader following up with a German suplex. As I was going to say, as this match progresses, as the show progresses, we'll let you know exactly how Monday Night Mayhem came to be. Practically what happened is that Vince McMahon in the upper echelon of WWE has recognized that their weekly programming is suitable for a family audience. And while this product is certainly enjoyed by wrestling fans of all ages, this product, fist there by Perkins, super kick dropping Vader. Now Perkins to the top. Phoenix splash, but no dice. Vader showing off that newfound quickness. Now Vader dropping Perkins. Oh, not even a 2 count. Anyway, as I was saying, oh, but Perkins with a Hurricane Rana. Oh, Vader slamming down hard on his back. Oh, but returning the favor, dropping Perkins on his head. As I was saying, Vince McMahon has green lit an independent style promotion under the purview of WWE, but yet also operating independent. So while we will see contracted WWE superstars appear on our promotion, Arn Anderson, that's right, Arn Anderson, the former enforcer for the Four Horsemen, is our general manager, and he, alongside Shane McMahon, have been given the green light to run their promotion relatively independently of WWE. That means we'll see independent stars. That means we will sign stars not currently signed by the WWE. And that means we can see men, legends like Vader, compete here in Monday Night Mayhem. Now Vader dropping Perkins with a hard choke slam, and Perkins not even feeling the pain, didn't react to the pain because he might be knocked out, and Vader saw it. If he wasn't knocked out before, Perkins is knocked out now. Showing that impressive moonsault by Vader once again. There's one, there's two, three. Vader completely confident in his trouncing of TJ Perkins. As the replays play, I would like to announce that we have one additional match that will be taking place here this evening. Up next, we have Hideo Itami facing off the recently released Jack Swagger. So Jack Swagger will be returning to face a current WWE superstar. And regardless of what happens with these superstars' WWE contracts, they will be competing here on Monday Night Mayhem for the foreseeable future. As we know, Kenta, the former ring name of Hideo Itami, made this man a household name in his homeland of Japan. But we have yet to see exactly how he'll perform here on Monday Night Mayhem. That said, we know his style. We know the ring style of Hideo Itami. It centers on quick strikes. It centers on precise strikes. And he does intersperse an intellectual calculation into his in-ring work. He has a mixed martial arts background, if I am not mistaken, and he trained in what Michael Cole of WWE may call no-nonsense dojos in Japan. Now his opponent tonight, Jack Swagger, has a much different in-ring style. As Jack Swagger tries to hype himself up and endear himself to this crowd with the classic "We the People" chant, it is clear that our fans will have almost none of it with Jack Swagger. They seem to be booing him out of this building. Swagger thought that maybe some absence from a WWE crowd and time spent in front of the Main Event Mafia, Monday Night Mayhem crowd would be welcome. But that doesn't seem to be the case for either him or the fans, as they're beginning to taunt each other, and Jack Swagger turns his attention simply to Hideo Itami. And the referee rings a bell. Both men Oh, Jack Swagger with the front face lock, dropping Hideo Itami quickly from the collar elbow tie-up position, and now allowing Itami to get the collar elbow tie-up, but backing him into the corner. Itami, locking him back up. He wants to prove something. And Jack Swagger not allowing him to, just wrenching the arm. Wrenching the arm of Itami. But see Hideo Itami. Overhead wrist lock. Immobilizing the elbow. And dropping Swagger on his ass. Now, with the rear waist lock, Hideo Itami. Will he drop Swagger? No. Swagger standing switch. And dropping Hideo Itami. Hopefully Swagger. No. Whoa. What is Itami going to do here? Just slamming the head of Jack Swagger into the mat. I was going to say hopefully Swagger. Oh, dropping him again. Planting a kick directly in the armpit to the ribs of Jack Swagger under the arm, and following up with the kitchen sink is Hideo Itami. These precision kicks, as I stated, are lethal. They sting, and they're deceptively powerful. Oh, that one, he may have tweaked his leg on the rotation there, did Itami. But he's ready for Swagger, I believe, yes, as he comes off. Strikes Swagger in the back. Now, maybe going for a belly-to-belly suplex. Maybe underestimating the size of Jack Swagger, because Swagger countering quickly with a gut-wrench suplex. And Swagger kicking Itami in the chest. Swagger, again, keeping his offense close to the mat. I was going to say earlier during their collar elbow tie-up exchange that maybe Swagger, once he got that headlock, would keep Itami to the ground. But it seems that Itami, whenever he's close to Swagger, he strikes quick. He strikes quick, or he throws quick. He doesn't allow Swagger. Oh, and see those knee strikes in step with Itami's offense. More knee strikes to the head of Jack Swagger. And now Itami, Swagger couldn't counter with his style from there, but Swagger is somewhat intuitive enough to get to the ropes. Now Itami throwing Swagger into the corner. Now just burying a few more feet in the torso of Jack Swagger, with Swagger countering. Swagger countering, muscling him up. This is the kind of offense of Jack Swagger. Strong strikes, strong throws, and taking advantage of that amateur wrestling style. This is a bit non-traditional for Swagger, just taunting the crowd, taunting his opponent, but certainly in keeping with his amateur style in the sense that he is keeping Itami on the mat. And Swagger following that up with a camel clutch. We'll see how long he can keep this, and I don't believe Itami's going to tap quite this early. Oh, and Swagger's neck, did you see that? He snagged the bottom rope. And Itami may have noticed dropping Swagger on his head. And again, following up with those quick kicks, those strikes that made him famous. And Swagger now following up with that strength that made him famous. And again, working the arm. What a throw by Itami. Now, as these two men continue to compete, I want to make it clear that one of Monday Night Mayhem's main goals is to give opportunity to those who have been overlooked in the past. So a man like Jack Swagger is deserving of an opportunity here on Monday Night Mayhem. That said, Hideo Itami, despite his injury-laden past in WWE, is showing strongly here on the inaugural episode of Monday Night Mayhem. Oh, hoisting the man up. That was the... Oh! Go to sleep by Itami. That's the finisher. He's the man who innovated it. There's one. There's two. There's 3, and Tommy gets the win on the episode 1 of Monday Night Mayhem. The two quickly clearing the ring, making way for, I believe, our 3rd contest of the night. And you see here approaching the ring, the Monday Night Mayhem United States Champion Daniel Bryan. The American Dragon was really showing strongly in a tournament recently in order to become the inaugural M&M United States Champion. He certainly is proud. As you can see, he was pointing at the belt there at the base of the ramp, and he has been looking strong. Now that said, we have to remember that Daniel Bryan has spent a year or more in WWE management, being the general manager of SmackDown. So will his transition back to a competitor be stopped? Does Bryan have ring rust? Does Bryan understand what's asked of him as a performer rather than a manager? Recent performances have suggested one answer, but Curtis Axel will present another challenge to him tonight. Curtis Axel, of course, the ring name of Joe Hennig. Curtis Axel, a name developed as a tribute to his father, Kurt Hennig, and I believe his grandfather, who was nicknamed the Axe. Therefore, we have Curtis Axel. He's sporting an old Social Outcast tank top or sleeveless t-shirt from WWE. And while we can see him currently competing as part of the Miztourage on WWE TV, he's determined to make a much larger impact here on Monday Night Mayhem. Both men ready. Axel adjusting the knee pads. Starting this contest off. Oh, Bryan with a kick and a front face lock. Taking notes. Taking notes from Swagger as Daniel Bryan. It's rare. And we will say, despite his wrestling legacy, despite the wrestling that's in Curtis Axel's blood, he is a bit more of a straightforward, a little more of a striker, as we're seeing there. Daniel Bryan, much more of a catch-can style. Now Axel can wrestle with the best of them, but Daniel Bryan is a submission specialist. He certainly has wrestling ability, natural wrestling ability. He is an in-ring technician, as you've already seen with the hammerlock and this German suplex. Daniel Bryan taking down his opponent early, not showing any signs of ring rust is Daniel Bryan. And the American Dragon backing out, knee to the face, knee to the side of the skull. Curtis Axel. Axel not allowing Bryan to capitalize, slap on a submission hold quite yet. Both men jockeying for position. Jawbreaker, forearm, kick by Axel, fist by Axel, driving Bryan back, kick by Bryan, standing switch, chop by Axel, throwing Bryan into the corner, forearm, then an elbow, and now a dragon suplex by the American Dragon. What a quick exchange by these two men. Daniel Bryan with that sidewinder suplex or something similar, just throwing Axel overhead and going out of the ring. Daniel Bryan better stay on top of his opponent, as he did with that out and then into the ring senton, now working on the neck of Curtis Axel. Look at the contortion on Curtis Axel's neck. That is unnatural, and it seems that Bryan is wrenching it in. He's got such a high angle on that grab. I'm not even sure how Axel got himself into this position, but he just barely slipped out and threw Bryan overhead, but Bryan targeting the head. Curtis Axel trying to stay on top of it, but Daniel Bryan not letting him. Daniel Bryan not letting him, and again that half Nelson, increasing the impact on the neck from that back suplex. And now Bryan, there it is, here it is, the yes lock by Bryan, Can Curtis Axel escape? Not a chance. What a lethal hold. Oh my gosh, Daniel Bryan just stretching Curtis Axel's neck, probably cramping it up, maybe herniating a disc. Axel is not proud of this showing tonight, but Bryan is showing that he continues to look strong as we see that yes lock applied again on the replay. And as you hear the as you hear the Monday Night Mayhem crowd chanting yes along with Daniel Bryan, they are glad to see the American Dragon back in the ring. They are glad to see him back in form, and they are glad to see him walk away with a win tonight. And now for our main event of the evening. Finn Balor facing off against Antonio Cesaro, the world champion, here in Monday Night Mayhem. Can one of the greatest athletes, pure athletes, in Monday Night Mayhem topple the world champion? In addition to being an accomplished singles competitor, we know that Finn Balor was at the helm of New Japan Pro Wrestling's greatest faction, the Bullet Club, and despite the fact that he has been kicked out of the Bullet Club some time ago, prior to his stint here in WWE, prior to his arrival here in Monday Night Mayhem, he seems to be now looking for members in the Balor Club. He's been touting the Balor Club for some time. We don't know exactly what that means, but regardless, he seems to have about 20,000 strong in this arena tonight who are proud members of the Balor Club. Oh, and just a hint of the demon there. Just a hint of the demon there from Finn Balor. Balor just showing off his hard work from the gym. And it certainly pays off. He certainly has a heck of a lot of endurance. If there was a man on the roster here on Monday Night Mayhem more deserving of a shot at the champion on the inaugural episode, I don't know who it is. This is Finn Balor. Now approaching the ring, the Monday Night Mayhem World Champion, Antonio Cesaro. Now Cesaro looking to strike out on his own away from Sheamus, his current WWE Tag Team partner. Cesaro won the M&M belt as a result of competition in an elimination chamber match earlier in the week, and he says he'll be a proud representative of the company that finally gave him a shot at their premier belt. Seems that most members, despite their being in Finn Balor's corner during his entrance, it seems that most members of our audience are members of the Cesaro section. We have two perceived fan favorites going head to head here tonight, and Finn Balor with a scissors move right off the bat. Cesaro now chopping down Balor. Just I think Balor may have just pissed off Cesaro. Now, it's rather difficult to describe the difference in styles between these two men. Certainly both grew up products of European wrestling. Finn Balor, the Irishman, spending probably more time. Snap suplex by Cesaro. Balor, a little bit more hardcore in his style, not in the sense of introducing weapons into matches. Oh my gosh, quickly! Early powerbomb by Balor, dropping Cesaro on his back. Finn Balor, a little bit quicker of a striker, a little bit more aggressive. Cesaro's a bit more of a finesse type wrestler, but Cesaro can certainly turn it on when he needs to. Oh, and that kick just dropped Balor on the front. That knee strike just grazing the back of his head. Cesaro realizing that's somewhat ineffective, needing to work Balor back. What's he going to do now? Irish whip by Cesaro. What's he going to follow it up with? That signature uppercut. Yes, it is. See, despite Cesaro being a more accomplished amateur wrestler, we see, whoa, code breaker earlier in the match. Early in the match by Finn Balor, that double knee strike at the face. And now, Cesaro following it up. Oh! Just punching the bat out of the hand of Finn Balor, Irish whipping him across the ring and dropping him out of the ring with a clothesline. What's Cesaro going to introduce to the match? Oh! We heard rumors of the Dudley Boys being signed here to Monday Night Mayhem, but we don't have to wait for Devon to get the tables. Cesaro's doing that himself. What a shot. Finn Balor dropped on his back. He may be unconscious. He was dropping the back of his head by Cesaro. On the outside of the ring, we know how hard those mats are. We know how hard that floor is. Cesaro using that signature straightforward style. Now just chopping Finn Balor with that back. It's my turn, says Antonio Cesaro. Just chopping away. Finn Balor now trying to go for the table. This is the thing, Cesaro's wheelhouse is not hardcore matches, but in an extreme rules environment like this, I don't think he has any qualms about doing what's necessary to win. Oh, gotch neutralizer by Cesaro. Maybe he won't need the table after all. Maybe he won't need the table after all. Oh, Cesaro. He's not done. Front face lock. Dragging a nearly unconscious Balor. Oh, driving his face through the chair. And the chair flying nearly into an audience. Oh, but Balor. We thought he was unconscious. Now he's the one driving Cesaro through the table. Through the table. Cesaro through the table. And Balor is feeling it as he drives himself from the energy from the crowd. Now Balor dropping Cesaro twice. 3 times, third time with a sling blade. This is vintage Finn Balor in the words of Michael Cole. The crowd firmly behind Balor. He's got him in the corner. Now Cesaro's the man all on his feet. And Balor's going to drive his head back into the turnbuckle, ricocheting off some whiplash off the turnbuckle, and Balor scaling the ropes, perhaps with a coup de grace. And he's signaling for it. Yes, here we go! Cesaro with just enough ring awareness to dodge it. Cesaro now trying to counter this, but Finn flipping everywhere that Fireman's carrying Cesaro with just a few more strikes, disorienting Balor. And now, another suplex. Double knee to the face. Balor is writing. These two men are working quick against each other because they know that they're both tired. They know that the end has to come soon, and that's why Balor is just pinning them early. No dice in Balor on that pin. Balor out of the ring. What's he planning? Oh, similar senton move. Like Daniel Bryan used earlier. Now an Irish whip. Balor lifting Cesaro to the top rope. What's he got going on here in mind? Finn Balor. Is it a superplex? No, Cesaro trying to climb out, but he drops it. What a move by Finn Balor off the top rope. And I believe Cesaro snagged some of that table. Some of those bits and pieces of that broken table, and Balor just pounding down on the skull of Antonio Cesaro. Oh, and Balor introducing a second table. I guess he thinks he puts Cesaro through one, he can put him through another, but Cesaro not having it. Cesaro, what's he gonna do here? Slam! No, Michinoku driver! A Michinoku driver by Cesaro. Balor trying to get the ball to his feet. He knows it's a desperate situation. No, he doesn't have time. He knows he doesn't have time to mess around. Oh! Playing over the possum, maybe. Maybe Balor knows what he's doing. Is he going to try to drive? Is he going to... What's he doing? What's he doing? What's Balor doing? He's shoving the table out of the way. He wants to target Cesaro's head and neck region, not the back. And that may have been an error, but... Yep. That's just pissed off Cesaro. Cesaro grabbing stuff. Cesaro certainly disoriented. Certainly showing the wear and tear of the head. From Balor's multiple attacks, multiple whiplash-inducing attacks. Oh, and now Cesaro with several fists to the corner. We've seen this before as we look through the fire on that table. That table, it's not burning through. These two men are in a very dangerous position as Cesaro walks over the ropes for a drop kick. Trading shots. Throwing him towards it. Balor feeling the heat. Cesaro, oh, he just missed the edge. We thought that might be another target. It might be we thought it might have been another attempt by Finn Balor to target Cesaro's head. I believe it was slightly whiffed. Now another drop by Cesaro. Cesaro not feeling the heat. Wanting to be careful. We thought he might go for the Cesaro swing. No dice there. Balor. Oh, what? Driving Cesaro through the table and kicking him in the face with the same move. What a setup for the coup de grace by Balor. And he hits it. He may pin the champion on the inaugural Monday Night Mayhem. Will Balor capitalize? We go back to live coverage now to see, yes, here's one. Here's Antonio Cesaro just kicked out at one. Antonio Cesaro just kicked out at a 1 count after all of that. And Balor back to the top. What's he got going on now? Oh! Trying for a crossbody and Cesaro just dropped him. What toughness by Cesaro. And the mosh pit mayhem. Excuse me, the mayhem mosh pit goes crazy. Now chop by Cesaro. Balor. Finn. Oh, turning Cesaro inside out. These two men are just dropping each other with their best shots. They're dropping each other with the greatest moves in their inventory, and they're going back and forth. It's not as if they're no-selling, it's that these two men are running on pure adrenaline. Oh, and again to the head, but Cesaro rolls out. What grit by Cesaro. What a pace set by these men in this matchup tonight. Oh, and Balor going down, courtesy of the big boot from that kneeling position, just turning him inside out. Cesaro, after the attack, again face to face. And we've seen this from Cesaro before. How many really do? There's one. What's he doing? Yes. Yes, there's two. We got the three. We got the three. Yes, here's the third one. The third. He's holding on again. The crowd counts 3. I count 4. Gut-wrench suplexes by Cesaro. Cesaro, just dropping down on his back, trying a bit of a submission move, targeting the tail and the torso of Balor. As you can see, that's the aspect of Finn Balor's body that's looked taking the most damage in this match. But Balor rolling through. What resilience by both men. Now with that kick. Suplex into the corner, going for the corner. This is gotta be it. Now Balor out of it. Oh, Finn returning the favor, not quite a suplex, but an overhead throw. Balor driving in the corner. Coming over by Cesaro, he sidesteps that spinning fist by Cesaro. Balor dropping Cesaro. Now Balor just gotta be it. Cesaro gotta be exhausted. He instantly kicks out. What's happening? What grit by Cesaro? There is no other word for it. He just won't go down. Again, that same tone of Cesaro's out of the way and chopping him down. The referee blocked our view, but Cesaro chopped down. Chopped down Balor and Balor now dropping Cesaro. This is just a back and forth contest. Both men looking extremely strong. And this is the kind of action that we can count on here on Monday Night Mayhem. Balor signaling for the coup de grace. No dice. Following up with the German suplexes Antonio Cesaro. Cesaro. What's he setting up? Oh, he's going for the weapon. Cesaro's getting sick of being taken to his limits by a man who's not the champion. Cesaro says, I'll be the champion at the wrong time. Oh, and Josh the Bathtub. Balor driving into the corner. And missing the drop kick. Cesaro is maybe the shot. Cesaro whipping him in. Powerbomb. Look how tired he was. Look how tired Cesaro was. Gets it going for it. Then pulling the man to his feet. Oh, he is so sick of Finn Balor here tonight. He's powerbombing him again. He said, stay down. But Balor pushing him off. He's trying to pin him in purely because of his exhaustion. He was the move. He almost got him. Cesaro. It's almost humorous. Balor just can't win. Right across the spine of Cesaro. He rolls out. Cesaro falls. That half Nelson suplex. thought this match would be over a long time ago when both men are on their feet. Cesaro, we saw this move in the ring earlier, but now he's doing it on the floor. Oh. Balor's back. He's going to be screaming in pain. Cesaro ripping apart our announce table. Just testing it out. Doesn't see Balor behind him and now he drops it. Again, just chopping, this time with the leg. And then back in that thing, Balor's feet again. He's just chopping at it. Oh, and he's opening him up. I believe I saw a bit of blood erupt from the face of Finn Balor. Well, Cesaro be able to put him away. Cesaro dragging Balor. He wasn't out enough before he is now. Well, Cesaro be able to do something for Balor. Balor tries to get up. Cesaro trying to put him back on the table. Just knocking him back into the table. Cesaro talking about wrestling, talking about competition. Cesaro he's trying to lift him on the table. Oh, just slamming him face down on the table. And again, just against the corner. Cesaro, there it is. He was trying to lift him on the table. Now Balor with the counter. Let Balor put him on the table. Deciding against it. He's already tried too much. He's already put Cesaro through 2 tables. Cesaro, you know the counter he got at 1. And he knows those are kicks. Cesaro, it's actually hard up. He's just gonna rip Balor in half. Here it is. A bloody Balor. And his neck is grinding into the broken shrapnel on the table. What an aggressive show. And Cesaro was just sick of the match. Sick of Finn Balor. He just brings his neck right into the shrapnel of that table. Probably cutting him open a few more places. He's looking at prison. More prison. We see a few highlights from Balor. Extremely strong as the champion. But moves like that at the right time by Cesaro. Allow him to escape with the win. And what a gross sharpshooter there at the end to finish off the inaugural episode of Monday Night Mayhem. That's all we have time for here tonight. But thanks for watching, and we will be back next week. For now, let's celebrate with Cesaro.